This is no doubt the worst game of the season for the Florida Panthers. And I'm going to explain why for numerous of reasons, okay? As frustrating as losing to the Lightning, it's another when they got shut out at home by the Lightning. 4-0. The offense was a complete no-show. I don't care if they have 36 shots on target, but as long as you do not put the puck to the back of the net, what the hell's a bloody point? Okay? Besides all the wars, with the Florida and Tampa rivalry, I mean, in all fairness, this might be the best rivalry in NHL, okay, in recent memories. Both Florida teams go to the Stanley Cup back to back, one of the times even back to back to back. And they're winning Stanley Cups, bro. They really are, okay? That team's winning, albeit a shortened season, the bubble, and the Canadians. And then you have us nearly blowing it in the Stanley Cup, beating Lightning through to get to the freaking finals, and then winning our first Stanley Cup against the Oilers, okay? So it's right up there as one of the best rivalries in the league, okay? In the league. But my God, getting shut out against a rival like that is so pathetic. It is a pathetic showing by the Florida Panthers, and it's awful. This game sucked. The best thing about this game was when Matthew Tkachuk comes back from injury after a dirt move from Kucherov, knee to knee. He deserved to get tossed out of this game. Say what you want about Matthew Tkachuk about 2 years ago when he flat out beat the crap out of Kucherov on ESPN Plus. He probably did something to provoke Matthew Tkachuk at that time. So clearly, those two have no love lost. Clearly. So a lot of penalties in this game. Let's see. Both teams have 9 total penalties. Tampa has 37 total penalty minutes and 26 penalty minutes for the Panthers. Sometimes, even in the second period, the Panthers have a 5-on-3 advantage. And they can't get anything in. A lot of penalties, a lot of fighting, a lot of beating each other up. It's clear these two teams do not like each other, okay? They hate each other in the guts, bro. And it clearly shows on the ice to beat the minute buck on each other. But scoring a goal, well, at least we lose in honor. Okay? We will at least have some pride of losing. There was nothing. There was absolutely nothing. And they get shut up by Jonas Johansson. Johansson. Did you know that Johansson was actually part of the Panthers team once? Did you know that? I did. You know how I know this? Well, in 2022, he was part of the Avalanche team, signed a little bit of a two-way, and he was waived by the Avalanche, and then he was claimed by the Florida Panthers because Bobrovsky was having a good year. Spencer Knight was having a decent year. So they need to have some sort of goaltending in their farm system of the Charlotte Checkers. And when it's time to rest all the players because they have the the President's Trophy, they would occasionally put in Johansson. I think the one game he played was against Nashville in February, I believe. But the infamous one from Johansson, this is what pisses me off most, is that he can play good goaltending. But what the fuck was that on the season finale 2 years ago? Do you guys remember it? I do. He gave up 10 goals against the Montreal Canadiens 2 years ago. Okay, 10 goals. But as a Lightning, he shut out the Panthers 4-0. Are you kidding me? So now you want to be good? This guy is more torturous to play against than Andrei Vasilevskiy. I'm serious, bro. We can't compete against Johansson, apparently. But we can compete against Vasilevskiy, who's arguably better than Johansson. It's so bullshit how it's just truly pathetic that this Panthers team cannot get by Johansson. And he gets 1 star, by the way, with 36 saves, shutout. 2 stars, Victor Hedman with 2 assists, and Anthony Cirelli with 3 stars with also 2 assists. They don't even give one of their players a star for scoring a goal. What? That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Okay, scoring summary. Kucherov scores a 6:56 into the first period, with Sorelli and Victor Hedman assisting him. Jay Gunsell scoring it a couple minutes later, with also assisted by Victor Hedman. Brandon Hagel, that's his 19th goal of the season. By the way, Kucherov's 15th goal of the season. Mitchell Chaffee with the power play goal. No shorthanded goals this time, except for the empty netter in the third period. Power play goal by Chaffee. He's also assisted by Nick Paul. That's his 11th assist, and Sorelli's 17th assist of the season, and his second of the game. All the goals I just mentioned, exception of Brandon Hagel's, were from the first period. Since then, nobody scored except in the third period of a shorthanded goal and an empty netter from Brandon Hagel, which he was assisted by Eric Karnak. That's literally it. Since then, along with everything else, the Panthers have roughly, if my math's correct, 44 minutes to get a goal. Try to get a response. They did not. And that sucks. There was a 5-minute major too, and then a game misconduct because this piece of shit decided to do knee to knee against Matthew Tkachuk. That is well deserved to be tossed out of the game. Well deserved. So who serves that penalty? Michael Esamont. That was served that penalty. Now I was scared shitless with Matthew Tkachuk. I wanted him to be good. By the time the holiday break is over. And then he came back in the second period. We were all wondering what's the severity of the injury, and it turns out it's not that bad after all. He came back and has a standing ovation. This is when the Panthers are starting to go on the 5-on-3. The penalty from Eric Karnak from the roughing call, which would be a 5-on-3, and newsflash, they didn't score a fucking goal. They did not score a fucking goal in this game. And it's just absolutely garbage offensive performance by the Florida Panthers. And I hope they figure it out to the next game, bro. This is truly putrid, pathetic, and they should be damn ashamed of themselves to let this happen against their all-time rival, the Tampa Bay Lightning, at home. Pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. So I'm done talking about this game. There was some injuries from both sides. AJ Greer was out for a bit. Carter Hagee was definitely out for the majority of the second period. But thankfully, as long as nothing significant happened, no significant injuries, especially with Matthew Tkachuk, boy, I'll take that consolation to run away with this. But my God, what a putrid offensive team this was. Just beating the Lightning 4-2 in Tampa, only to get shut up by Johansson at home at Aaron Bank Arena. Figure it out. This is the third time in the season they get shut out. All of them are in the month of December. Okay, 4-0 Canucks in Vancouver just about 10 days ago. Well, 11 days ago now. And then 3-0 back-to-back games. We got shut out against the Flames, 3-0. And then and this might be the worst shutout of all. It's because it's our division rival. On the bright side, the Maple Leafs did lose today against the Winnipeg Jets. So if there's any consolation, if there's any silver lining I can come up with this loss, even though I really would have loved to score a goal, because it would be so much of a bad loss, at least it would have been entertaining we score a goal. But it would have been much more awesome if we would have won this game. But at least what I could say here is that we still remain on top of the Atlantic Division because the Leafs lost against the Winnipeg Jets. It ain't no shame in losing to the Jets. They're that good of a hockey team. I know a thing or two. Well, actually, we know a thing or two about Winnipeg Jets with a back-to-back. But very disappointing game. Very disappointing, pathetic. And that's all I can talk. That's all I could say. That's really all I could say. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe our content. I'll see you guys for the Heat recap in just a moment. All right. But yeah, man, that's gonna do it. I will say this. I will say this. The one more thing regarding the rivalry, and it's that, like I said, these teams go to Stanley Cup. They always go to ECF. Both teams are going to the ECF. I'm just saying right now. That's why the rivalry is at an all-time high. Bolts fans could even agree, and Cats fans could even shake hands on that. All right, all right. I hope Tampa. I hope you're all doing well. What happened a couple months ago, and yeah, keep that same energy when we play against you next. I would love a rematch. We would absolutely love a rematch. And my God, score a goddamn goal, Panthers. All right, I'll see you guys a little later on. Good night.